Hey, it's Kristen here. Oh, I have to admit, this is a little awkward. I don't usually do this on my phone. So, how you all doing? Are you so excited to talk to Miss Lydia today? So, I am going to go ahead and try to add Lydia as guest. So, give me 1 second. I'm trying to bring her on camera. There she
There
is!
I am. This is so cool.
Hey!
Hi.
We did it! We were both like, I'm not sure I know how to work this.
Yep.
So, thank you for hopping on. So, Lydia and I kind of got to know each other a bit at Leadership this past weekend. And Lydia has just been a role model and a leader with Soul Naturals for how many years have you been with Soul? 6? 5?
No, a year after the company started, so a little over 4 now.
That's fantastic. And she's brilliant. And I have just really enjoyed getting to know her and watching her. And I am mostly excited to talk to her about her balancing package, which I started day one of today as well. And so I'm going to be trying it. And I just feel like it's such a game changer for so many of us because it balances you, you know, full body without, pinpointing or magic bulleting different symptoms. So, Lydia, I'll actually just let you take it away if you want to talk about the reasons behind the package that you created, some of the results that you've seen, and as we see some questions along the way, I've been given full permission to interrupt her and to tell her if there's any questions. So, take it away.
Okay, yes, interrupt me because I may not catch them all as I talk. I've seen some of you guys do this live and I can't multitask like you guys do. You read and then you talk and you read and you talk and I'll just be a mess. So yeah, interrupt me. I'm excited that your group is wanting to take a look at this because I think, just like you said, it is the best way to address any health imbalance. Sometimes we get very caught up in how do I address this or how do I, and if we do it different every time, sometimes like one of the problems I was getting with sharing sometimes, oh, take this for this and this for that, was that sometimes someone would tell me, well, last time you said this was for this and now you said this was for that. And you know why? With soul, you're never going to make a mistake. With soul, you'll never do something wrong. So that's the neat thing about soul. But the neat thing about this, oh, how adorable.
I'm
The neat
sorry, I
thing
have a
about
4-year-old. Go ahead,
the
keep
neat
going.
thing about the balance package is that you're going to have the ability to have products that come into the body and then they give the body everything it needs so that the body can do what it needs to do. The body's efforts every day is to heal us. So when you use this program that's made up of 8 products, that's all the body's getting. It's getting what it needs so it can do what it needs to do. That's what we want to do. We want to give the body the tools it needs so that it can heal. And that's what we're doing with the 4 drinks, for example. You know, as long as we keep them all 4 in the body, that's what they're going to do. Like I always teach people when I talk about Cinnamate, it's not just what it does and the different organs. It's, or rather, let me say that again. When I teach it, I don't specify illnesses that it's for, because if you link products to illnesses, you'll always be limited. You can't do that. So what I teach people with Cinnamate is always think of things that are underactive in the body, because that's what this product is going to do. It's going to lift. It's the lifting category. So it will lift everything that is exhausted in your body. That's you emotionally, mentally, physically. You know, I can't get up in the morning. That's physical. I have no motivation. I don't want to do anything. That's depression. That's a low. You know, so anything that's down, just think this is the product that's going to do that. And don't think that it's only going to do it when you're feeling it. Think that I'm putting it, right? I'm putting it in the body because I don't know when today I'm going to have a low. I don't know. So, but if I've given it to the body, now I'm prepared. And so the same thing with the other ones. When I think of like Renew, which is the other one in this program, I think of anything that is too over overworked in the body. Anything that is just a mile a minute. Now I don't have to worry about whether my blood sugar is high or my blood pressure is high, because sometimes the symptoms are the same. You know, all I'm thinking is if I feel really hyperactive mentally, emotionally, physically, pain, and that's what I mean by physically, you know, something hyperactive or hypersensitive is you have any type of pain. Well, this is the product, and this is the reason I take it every day, because it's going to address that. Sometimes we don't know what's up or down in our body. We don't know which organs are working too much or which organs are working too little. And that's why you take both of these products in this program, because the neat thing of adaptogens is they're smart. They come into the body, they will assess what's going on, and then they'll take care of it. And so that's why you bring them in. You don't bring them in when you need them. You bring them in all the time, because all the time you have things working too much and you have organs working too little. You don't know which ones they are, so there they go, because they're just going to help me heal.
Well,
When
it's
I
so
think of it,
funny that
yeah.
you say that, because oftentimes I think to myself, like, oh, I'm going to drink Cinemate at 2:30 in the afternoon because that's when I get tired, you know, and I still have a tendency to think of it as symptom based, like Cinemate is when I'm tired, Renew is when I have anxiety, you know, this for this. And really, it's all about maintaining a balance, you know, so you don't have those highs and lows. And it's just such a different concept for so many of us that I mean, I'm 10 months into this and I still have a hard time wrapping my brain around this is not a symptomatic approach. This is a balanced approach, is pretty much, you know, how we need to approach things.
Exactly.
Sarah says, I kind of forgot about the categories. I have kept my mind on each product. We'll start thinking about each category so much simpler. And then Jessica said, I love how you explain these two. So it really, you know, it is category based.
Yeah. And then it doesn't limit you anymore, because, you know, and if you think of it that way, if you think of it, it's not when I need it, like you just said. I love what you just said, because no, you limit yourself health wise too. If you're only going to take this when you're hyper or you can't sleep, well, a lot of people aren't there, you know, so they won't take it. I can sleep well. Well, you know, it's for so many other things, and for unexpected things as well. So, wow, if I wait till I feel that problem or issue, then I'm late. I always tell people it's like drinking water when you're thirsty. Well, you're late already because you're already dehydrated. That's why we drink water all the time. You know, you don't wait till you're thirsty. Well, we shouldn't wait till we're thirsty. That's, you know, what we teach. So same thing with this. We don't wait till we're exhausted to take it. And we don't wait till we are so wound up and racy with our thoughts and everything that I think I need this now. No, we don't, because that way we're always ready. The body has always what it needs. And I'm never limited. That's another thing I liked about what you said. I'm never limited, because if I only take certain things when I need them, then I'm missing out on the benefits of all the other drinks. So never link the drinks to illnesses. That's not a, when you said that's the way we think, that doesn't surprise me, because that is the environment we've all grown up in. We need to know the name of the illness to address it, not with soul. With soul, the idea is, what are they for? Let me take them, because I never know when in the day I'm going to have an issue with that. So the reason we put Excel as part of this package is because this is the clarifying drink. And this drink in particular, people don't realize how much they need it, because we are not always aware about what's going on in our body. We don't. There's a lot of things inside going on that are off and are stuck. And we don't know. And this is the unstuck. This is what gets us out, you know, so it clears everything. It's going to, and that's also emotionally. So if I'm stuck on something and I can't move forward, you know, I have this negative train of thought, or I have this, I'm stuck in the past. Wow, when things were so great back then. Or I'm stuck in when things get better, I'm stuck in the future, if that's even possible. I'm stuck in that idea of futuristic stuff. You know, when the kids grow up, when I get the degree I'm missing, when I know everything about soul, then I'll get going. Yeah. No, so stuck in anything. So that's emotionally stuck, mentally too. You know, like I can't focus in the morning. Or during the day. You know, I have like this little. I always tell people it's like this little cloud, my own personal cloud that I carry with me. You know, anything like that that you feel, and then physically, you know, you can be stuck on a lot of things, respiratory, on circulatory. It's just it isn't limited. Just think it's a clearing product. Clears my mind, clears my focus, clears anything stuck in my body. So infections, that you know, pain, that means something stuck also. And sometimes we don't think of this product for pain, but you know, so if you look at, right, we don't. So if you look at it this way,
I think Excel, I think hormones, I think respiratory, I think energy. I certainly was not thinking pain, for sure.
exactly. And why would you say pain? Because when there's uric acid in the body and the kidneys aren't working the way they should, the uric acid will stay in the joints and cause pain. And that's what the doctor diagnoses as arthritis. So awesome product for that. And you would never think of it if you weren't thinking stuck, things that it'll move that's stuck. Uric acid gets stuck. Let's move it. And that's what Excel does. Another thing that people don't think of with Excel is dizziness. Like we'll think people will have dizzy spells and will have to, you know, they'll eventually go to the doctor, and eventually when they can't figure out what it is, oh, it's vertigo. So even for things like that you would never think, this product for dizziness, for things like that the doctor would diagnose as vertigo, awesome product for that. So why? Because it's got ingredients that help with the respiratory system. And that's what we think of with Excel, respiratory. But we don't think that respiratory issues have anything to do with dizziness, and they do. Or sometimes we don't make the link. It's not that all of us don't. Sometimes we don't make the link. How about people that are fatigued all the time? People that are just, oh, I can't get going. I'm so sluggish. I'm so tired. This is a very good product for that, because it brings oxygen into the body by building your lungs. So there's just so many things that this product will do, but you'll remember them better if you think of moving anything that is stagnant in the body. And then every time I think of go ahead.
I have one question about Excel. So with the balance package, we haven't really talked about the ins and outs yet, but we're taking one of each of the 4 drinks a day. But with Excel, there's only 21. So I have heard different scenarios. Take the week off, you have your period, take the weekends off. What is your recommendation with this particular package, since there is only 21 in the supply?
Okay.
We take it every day?
That's interesting. I heard what you just said about take the week off when you have your period. That's when I would never get off Excel. I would never get off Excel with my period. Remember, it moves things that are stagnant. Circulatory issues, which is my period. I am moving stuff out. Oh, I want Excel during that time. I don't want to get off of it there. And I don't mean to rain on anybody's parade. If a leader has said that, she or he may have their reasons. I'm here now just saying why I would never get off of it during that time. So I would do this one of 2 ways. I do all 21 days as I'm doing all 30 days of this, which means I'm done 9 days before. And then I keep on the other 3 drinks and I'm done with Excel. Or I would do it Monday through Friday and stop Saturday and Sunday. Now, it doesn't have to be Saturday and Sunday. Just pick 2 days a week. I just like that because it's the weekend and it's easier for me to remember. Right. Some people will not get off of it ever. Okay. And then that's fine too. The reason Excel was done in 21 packets was money-wise, because it is a very expensive product. You'll know because the big box is what, $175. That right there tells you. Right? That's one. And we wanted to make it a little bit more easy for everybody. And because some of the things that Maca does is it works better when you jump start. What does that mean? It works better when I stop and start again. So I can stop for 9 days if I'm doing this whole thing, this 30-day program, and then start again when my next shipment comes in. Or I can do 5 days, 2 days off, 5 days, 2 days off. And then if I still run out and I still have the other ones, I still continue with the other ones till I'm done with the 30 and then get back on Maca. Get back on Excel.
Well, Maca's in Excel, so I got what you were saying. Shauna is asking, I take half a packet per day myself. Is that good?
So anything better than nothing is always going to be good. And obviously you're always going to listen to your body. This program is designed so you do take a whole packet a day. And the way I recommend the 4 drinks, since we've gone, well, we haven't done this one yet, but the way I recommend these 2 that we did already talk about is these are my morning drinks for me, and the way I recommend it and teach it to my group. I'm very interested in teaching this in a way that's very easy to duplicate, because number 1, it works. And number 2, if I make it easy for people to understand, you can go with this and teach it to somebody else, and they can teach it to somebody else. And no one's going to be sitting there on the sideline saying, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this. Yeah, you can, because it's very easy and we're all teaching it the same way, and it's very safe, so I don't have to worry. So the way I teach these, and it doesn't mean everyone takes them that way. This is the way I teach it, and this is the way it works for my clients, for my friends, for my group. 7 to 10 in the morning, 10 to 12 in the afternoon, 10 in the morning to 12 in the afternoon, or backwards, 7 to 10 in the morning, 10 to 12 in the afternoon. So these are my morning drinks, and I say 7 as just a number. I mean, you can wake up at 5 and have it. So these are my morning drinks until noon. I don't mix them together. If someone wants to, then take all day until 12 to drink them. Here's the key with these things. The key with this product, this program we're talking about, is you want to be every day, throughout the day, giving the body something so that it has what to work with. If I put everything in the morning, I miss out on the ability that these products have to give me something the rest of the day. So it's like
you're going to kind of time release it throughout the day, because as your body, because since it was so plant-based, we're digesting and processing it so easily that you kind of want to spread it throughout the day. Is that what I'm hearing?
Exactly. That's exactly it. And I like what you said, because that's another thing I teach. I don't teach anybody to chug them. You know, now you may be thirsty one day and want to chug them, but I never start off people chugging them. I'll never tell them this goes fast. And I'll always say at least 16 ounces of water, unless you totally just don't like the drinks. And I never let people get off of that. Like, oh, I don't like them, I'm going to take it in 2 ounces. Yeah. Okay. Kids, I get that. But as adults, make yourself do what you have to do so you can create a liking for this stuff. So put lime or lemon in it. It turns it into a lemonade. I tell people, if you put lemon or lime into any and all of these 4 drinks, now you have 4 different types of lemonade during the day. So it's awesome. And it is. Put a lot of lime in it. It changed the flavor. It's a lemonade. And now now I get some more pH balancing stuff. It's amazing. So Shauna, in answer to your half a packet question, you can definitely do it that way, but quickly work yourself, up to the full dose, because you'd be surprised how much of all the 4 drinks we need daily. When I think of balance, I think of something that gives me a little bit of all of these. It doesn't mean it replaces them, because they're all different, but it gives me a little bit of everything. And that's why you'll hear me talk about Vital in the afternoon. A lot of people wake up and drink this in the morning. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying, I'm trying to explain to you why I recommend it from 1 to 3. It's my balancing drink. So what does that mean to me? It means I don't want a high. I don't want a cinemate, which is my lifting. I don't want to call me. I'm not there yet. It's not 10 o'clock ready to bed for bedtime, but I'm close enough to bedtime, 1 to 5, that I don't want to give myself something that'll put me too energetic, but I don't want anything that's going to calm me down too much. So what is that? Balance. That's why this is my afternoon drink. Does that mean I don't take it in the day? No, I take 2 of every drink. So mine's go all over the place. But when I teach this program, I teach it this way, and this is the reasons. If you understand the reasons, it'll make sense, and then it's like recorded. Don't you think better? Yeah. Okay. And I'm seeing what Rebecca says. There's so many happy faces here. Do I move them to read this comment? Oh, there it is. It is just so it lasts all month. Okay. Yeah, I get it, Shauna. You do half of, okay, that's another neat way to do it. You can do that too. But if you give yourself with Excel the chance to get off of it and back on, even if you're the type of person that needs it all the time, like you'll hear a lot of people that say, I never get off Excel or I never get off Maca because I need it. I do so awesome with it. Here's the neat thing about this 30-day program, the initial balance. If you are on these 8 products that we're going to be talking about today, you won't feel that way. You won't necessarily feel like, if I get off Excel, I'm a mess. Or if I get, so you'll be able to take 5 days on, 2 days off, or you'll be able to do 21 days, 9 off, and still feel fine. Because the problem that you're having with people saying, the reason people have a problem with that and say, oh, that doesn't work for me, is because they're not doing this program. This program gives the body everything it needs to work the way it should work, the way it's designed to work. And that's why I get that people feel certain ways. And I'm not saying, no, that's a lie, you're not feeling that way. I know that you feel that way. But give yourself a chance with this program to try it, because you are going to be pleasantly surprised at what happens. So that's the idea in that.
And I have to interject a little bit, you know, and just loving your timing, because like I'm realizing I was just working so symptom based, like Cinnamate in the afternoon because that's when I'm tired, and Vital in the morning because, you know, it's fruity and it's a nice morning drink. And I almost like I was almost not putting them in the right order. And so this is making me so excited, considering how much progress I've made in the past 10 months, kind of doing it my own way, but now having a regimen to follow. I'm so excited, not only for myself, but for everybody who's on here. I think it's going to be really amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing how you guys do on it too, and what your responses are to it as you start it. But and again, I don't mean with this the questionnaire is no good. None of that means none of that. Obviously, you can very well do soul however you want. But what we have found with this package is that it addresses. It brings the body, like you said in your quote, in your when you were talking about this live thing we're doing, you said something, you know, perfect. It is what we're trying to do is, what do I need to do to bring this body back to balance, and then anything will get better. Because the reason we are sick today is because something is out of balance in the body. I say that a lot. You know, in Asia, you go to the doctor, he never has a name of an illness to your sickness, or to what you have. He will always say, you are out of balance. And all he gives you is to bring you back to balance. So that's what this program is designed to do. Bring these eight things into the body that'll give you everything you need. Like when I think of Soulmegas, I think of, a lot of the people will think of omegas, and they'll think of what? What do you think of when you think of omegas? Usually, what do people? Okay.
Blood pressure. Yep.
And all that is what? Circulatory?
Well, my first introduction to it was that I know my parents and grandparents always took fish oil, and my dad's got this big old thing of fish oil in his cabinet, even though I do soul. But that's my first introduction to the omegas, with cholesterol.
And that's usually what people think of when you talk about omegas. They're thinking circulatory. So let me see what somebody's saying. Where do you feel Thrive fits in? I'm drinking. Okay, so Shauna, I will talk about Thrive. Remind me if I don't. Yeah. Okay, so I will mention Thrive at the end. And if I don't, you prompt me and tell me. Don't forget, Shauna needs to know about. But so a lot of people think only circulatory. When I think of omegas, and in this case, Soulmegas, I think of inflammation anywhere in the body. So if it's circulatory, by all means, yes, it is. This is an awesome product for the circulation, but it's also very awesome for asthma and respiratory issues. It's also very awesome for pain, for arthritis, and because we're using illnesses. Here's my disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I don't prescribe. I don't treat illnesses. I'm just sharing information. I'm just using what doctors diagnose to help you understand that. But a doctor can diagnose arthritis, and I know omegas are going to be awesome for that because they bring down inflammation. And that's what arthritis is, inflammation. Respiratory wise also, just so many things. So now it opens up a whole huge window of, wow, this is amazing for so many things. And I also think of omegas at a cellular level. It is something that's going to help heal the body at the most starting point of the organs, which is the cell. That's what I think of with omegas. So now, do you understand why everyone needs it?
Mm-hmm.
When you look at it that way? And
Well,
that's
because
the
you would
key.
have thought omegas means inflammation, pains, at a cellular level. It's just so much deeper than what seems to be at the surface.
Exactly. And so that's why everyone needs it. And the reason we use it in the morning in this program is because it goes with food. I don't ever recommend omega on an empty stomach, and I don't ever recommend it very close to fiber either, because remember, it is an oil, it's a fat, so the fiber will absorb.
Right.
It's a fat grabber, and oils are a fat. So at least an hour away from your fiber. So if you do fiber in the morning, good vibrations, then omega will be an hour later. So it's after breakfast. But this is the one we recommend in the morning, and we do it with Solflex PI in the morning. And again, these products can be taken anytime. But remember, it's what you teach your group to duplicate that's the easiest to do. And how simple can I make it? If I give 2 capsules and 2 capsules to someone in the morning, and then I do 2 and 2 at night and my drinks during the day, it's very simple. I've gotten it all in, right? And I didn't get it all in at the same time either. I'm just going to take all these right now and be done with it. No, because I want to spread out my program if I can, so that I don't have breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the same time, and all my snacks, and then I'm done. Now I don't have to eat anything the rest of the day. We don't do that.
I love
So
that
we won't do it with Soul either. So that's why I recommend omegas, and I try to help people understand why everyone needs it. This is another one we all need, Solflex PI. It's not just for pain. So it is the name, pain and inflammation. And I love the I, because pain you're aware of. Inflammation, you aren't always aware of it. So, and it happens all the time, every day. We all are battling inflammation. What we breathe, what we eat, the environment, all these cells and computers. I mean, I'm like surrounded right now by computers here. So, and because of all that, it's all inflammatory to the body. And so this is preventive for me, even if I'm not battling something already. But if I am battling something, I need to bring inflammation down. So that's why we recommend this one too in the morning. So in the morning in this program, you're taking 2 capsules of Solflex PI and 2 capsules of Soul Megas. And the reason we do these at night is because on an empty stomach, probiotics will always work better. Yes, these are probiotics. Oops, I have the wrong one. Oh, I have 2 Solflex. I grabbed a... Okay, I'm grabbing the right one now. So the reason I do probiotics on an empty stomach is because if you, and again, yes, you can do this one with food. You've heard that our probiotics do work with food. But the reason I don't recommend them that way is because there's a lot, and you'll hear Dr. Allison talk a lot about that, a lot of acidity, and when you start eating and everything, and the acids from the stomach can affect this. And even though it is heat resistant, the more you give your body the ability to just not have to deal with that, the better the body will use the products. So for me, probiotic in this program, we take it at night on an empty stomach. Can you take it in the morning? Yes. But again, for this program, I'm trying to teach it in a way that we're not taking everything together. I'm splitting them up, and I'm teaching it in a way that you can teach it later to your friends, your clients, your group. And it works. So yeah. I do it on an empty stomach. I do it at night. A lot of cleansing takes place at night. So probiotics at night are awesome. They even help you sleep better too. I know Vertizymes does, but now I add probiotics, and it's more so, right? So we do 2 probiotics on an empty stomach at bedtime, and we do 2 Vertizymes. Instead of 3, we do 2. Why? Because we have 2 here. Of ProBio. So I don't need the 3 because I'm actually putting in something else. So these go at night on an empty stomach. Probiotics help with everything. That's another product that if you've ever thought of it before only for the gut, you're cheating yourself, because it works for everything. And I think Allison has addressed that really well, Dr. Caldwell, on all her latest videos that you all have heard. You know, the link between the body, every organ, and probiotics is amazing. So that's why we all need ProBio IQ, no matter what we're battling. And then Vertizymes, we do Vertizymes because it cleans the blood on an empty stomach. So can you take it with a meal? Yes. If you have digestive issues, will you? Yes. But in this program, it's very simple. If I'm doing all 4 drinks during the day, and I'm doing these products this way, a lot of the enzyme problems will get addressed as well. And then you listen to your body. If I need extra, then obviously, but as a basic program to get started and balance your body, Vertizymes on an empty stomach at night too with this is going to clean the blood. What does that mean? It means that now all the things that weren't digested during the day that would otherwise make me sick, make me have more pain, make me have a hard time sleeping, make me wake up groggy and in pain, all that is gone, because now I'm addressing it by giving the body what it needs to clean everything that's still floating around there that shouldn't be. So hopefully that will kind of help you appreciate why we chose these 8 products. And I love that you say that I'm the creator of this program, but let's correct that right off the bat. I had a group that came to me. I had talked to a gentleman quite some time ago, about a year and a half ago, and he came to me recently, actually 2 years ago, and he came to me recently and decided, I'm ready to come over. But we have a program in the company we're with that we balance the body with it, and I need to find an equivalent. And so him, which you all have not had the chance to meet because he wasn't at Leaders, and the 2 guys that you met at Leaders that are now 100K. So the 3 of them, actually 2 of them, came to me and said, let's put our heads together and help us, Lydia, to do a program where that can happen. And some of us were a little split up. You know, one of the gentlemen wanted adaptable in the program, which should now help you understand why we have an initial balance that has adaptable in it. And yeah. And I was a little split up between that because I wanted to give him what he wanted. So we created that package, but I did not want adaptable in this package. Why? Because adaptable is here. And I'm trying to make this product as simple and reasonable money-wise as well. Although the other one this one's $265. The other one I think is $290 because it added an extra bottle of Vertizymes, but it doesn't have probiotics. To me, probiotics is very important. So the other initial balance has adaptable, doesn't have probiotics. This one has ProbioIQ. That's why the product is called, if you read the name online, it'll say initial balance with probiotic. And the other one says initial balance with adaptable. That's the difference. And the reason I said, nope, I'm taking probiotic in mine is because I know adaptable is here. So hopefully that'll answer those questions. But it was a concerted effort. You know, there were 3 of us that were talking about different ways to do this. And I obviously knew the product line because they were new coming in. But once we did this, I loved it. I loved it so much. I made it a part of my group. And we've been using this since October. And the testimonies have been amazing. I have had girls that were ready for surgery. Like I said in the little post, girls that had 5mm cysts that the surgeries were canceled because the doctor had never seen the cysts come down in size. Another one that they totally went away. I mean, just so many testimonies that I believe that this is an amazing 8-product program for anybody coming into Soul. My group, I promoted 3 months to 6 months. Stay on this only before you change it. Some people 3 months, they feel great, then they can do something else. Then they can do the questionnaire and be more specific if they want. I teach my group to never get off these 4 drinks. So even if you're done with the initial balance, I teach them stay on the 4 drinks because it's amazing what they do. So Shauna, if you're doing the 8 products and you want to add Thrive, yes, you can. This is my basic program for anything. I will address people with degenerative illnesses with this program, but this is my basic. What does that mean? That I will add to this product, to this program. That is easier for me than trying to tell somebody, go to the company and make sure you don't forget this and this and this, and make sure you don't forget 8 products. And you know how people, they're ordering separate things and, oh my God, I ordered the wrong one. Or so number 3, packet number 3 is so much easier to teach people. Do packet number 3 and then add Thrive. Do packet number 3 and then add Adaptable because you need more, and such and such. I loved the question you had the other day about, I'm just going to say about someone.
Oh, you tell. They all know I'm a hot mess. It's okay.
Okay. Because I'm like, oh, I said that out loud. Maybe I should have not said that.
Well, and I was going to interrupt you about when you were talking about Vital earlier. You know, someone who has struggled with anxiety and is doing much, much better. On the days when I do have peaks of anxiety over the last 10 months, what I have found, instead of taking an extra Adaptable, a lot of times I take an extra Vital, and it actually serves me better. And so I loved what you were talking about, how this is adaptable because they are, you know, similar ingredients minus the St. John's wort, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And I think also what happens is when we are only concentrated on I need something for anxiety or I need something for depression, and that's all we're thinking of when we do the questionnaire, you know, like, okay, none of the, you know, we're not thinking, because we're thinking my biggest thing is this, then we're going to be limited in the way we take the products, because will we not just be looking at probably just 2 drinks, you know, or if I'm anxiety, or maybe I'll think of these, but I won't think of the other 2. And so I think what will happen as people get on the 8 products is that you'll find the answer to all that, you know, because what happened before, as you were dealing with addressing anxiety only or depression, is you were focused on only an X amount of products, maybe 4 or 5, and you were leaving out 3 that are so important because the body is so connected to other things. So I can have a symptom, but like you well said before, you know, something else might be off. You put on your post, I love that. And we don't know that because it's not giving us a symptom. So you're cheating yourself again. So this is the way to not cheat yourself.
You really are, because until I went on the Soul products, the first thing I really wanted to address was my anxiety and my energy level. So once again, symptom based. But what I didn't realize was I until it got better was how much my stomach was off and how I really wasn't sleeping very well at night. And how, you know, I had all these other things going on, and you know, I was really going just into Soul for these. I wanted help with anxiety, I wanted help with energy, but then because I was balancing my whole body, suddenly I started sleeping better, and suddenly my skin cleared up, and my eyes are brighter, and my face thinned out, and you know, all of these different things I didn't even realize were going on. And so it's just amazing. So real quick,
But
Sarah. Oh, sorry.
I saw her note. I saw her message. But what I love about what you just said also, and I love that, is that a lot of people will come into Soul just for their current symptom, and that's fine. Get it addressed. Get them on the questionnaire. Do whatever. And as soon as they feel better, then you'll tell them. Now imagine how much better you would feel if you were doing the initial balance for 3 months. Just imagine, because there are things you know when you're aware of, but there's a lot of things that you do not know the way they're going on in your body. You don't. And next week or next month or next year, it'll be another illness. But if you do this package and you do it every, like I tell people, every change of season, you can then just do 1 month of it and then go back to whatever other thing, you know. So you do your 3 months or your 6 months, and then you do it every change of season, which means what? I'm going to be doing it four times a year, you know, where I do everything, and I'm really focused on that to keep myself balanced again, or never get off of it like some of us. If you do the dose I mentioned, I lost her message. Sarah, was it Sarah? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, if you do the message if you do the dose that we've been talking about here, this program is enough for 1 month. So it will be a 30-day program. What about kids on this package? We have kids on this package. It's very easy to do because it's only 4 capsules in the morning and 4 at night, and we open them up for kids, and they drink them. So, you know, and if you're doing ProBio feeding I've seen some of you feed the belly button, which is, gosh, who was it that was recording it the other day and it was a disaster? And I just laughed so much with
Steph. She was recording it and like smearing it everywhere. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's totally what my little guy would do too. You know, it just smear because it looks like poop and it makes you poop. So
I thought that was funny. But so anyway, however you do it with kids, yes, it is very safe for kids. With kids, depending on the age, your challenge is going to be, you know, getting the drinks in. And so what I tell people with that is, as you as a parent are taking it, even if you just give the kid 4 ounces and you drink the rest, that's good. Let them start getting something in. That is still good for kids. So they don't have to do the whole thing, because it's very hard to get kids. You're running to school and you don't know how to get it all in. And so if that's the case, then, you know, just even if it's just 4 ounces of it, you know, give them something. But yeah, we have it successfully using it with kids.
Well, and what I do for my kids, I have 3 kids, and they're little, they're younger. I make the full size, and then I just split it into 3 different cups, because if you make those smaller cups, you know, it's enough that they're little bellies, you know, that they can drink in one sitting, and that seems to work.
Yes, Sarah, you can open them up and put them in the drinks. My only concern with parents opening them up and putting them on the drinks is that the kids won't drink them, and then, you know, you'll have to drink it. So sometimes what I do is, instead of putting it, and I don't know if that's what you meant or not, but instead of putting it in an entire drink, I used to, when my kids were growing up, I used to have to open capsules for them. My kids are 27 and 23 now, so
not really
not now. But when they were little, I would open up the capsules and I'd put a little bit of the drink, the you know, apple juice or whatever, or in this case, Vital, you know, and then mix it. You know, I use these because I can do this. Because if I'm trying to mix a spoon, then it's on the spoon, then I'm losing it. So, you know, I was able to just mix it, you know, literally do this and then make them take it. So that's the way you can get capsules in for kids, and teach them. I think it's very important to teach kids, you know, this is healthy, this is good, this is going to make you feel better. Because if you tell kids what's going on, kids will come back and say, Mom, I need more of it. And we've seen it, right? This works on the mind. So kids will come back and say, I need that because I feel better on it. So tell them what it is. Don't tell them it's medicine. It isn't. It's plants, you know, because we want them to grow up and be this new generation of kids that depend on this more than anything else.
And they will start asking for it. You know, my daughter Autumn, she knows when she's 8, she's gonna be 9 in October, and she knows when she struggles with certain things on the days when we're not consistent with it. So she's old enough that she can come back and tell me now, because Mama sometimes misses days because I'm a little busy. So
exactly.
Okay, so the package is $265. If you are a first-time customer, we do have that $25 off. And there is a secondary package that we recommend as well, besides the balance package, which would be the top 4, would be the second package you would recommend. Yes, Lydia? If cost is an issue. And let's see, do we have any other questions? No, I think we're good.
Okay, awesome.
Anybody else have any other questions while we have Lydia on? Anybody? I'm so excited. So this is my first week on the balance package. I figured the best way to, you know, be able to tell people about it is to experience it yourself. And like I was telling Lydia, I was so focused on the symptom-based approach, like when I have anxiety, I'm going to take Adaptable. When I'm tired, I'm going to do Cinemate, that I wasn't really working on a routine. So I'm super excited about this for myself. So, all right. Thanks, Lydia. Anything else to add?
You're welcome, guys. No,
okay.
I think if you let me add any more, I'll talk forever.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We all appreciate it more than you know. And oh, Corinne made it on. Hi, Corinne. And we will talk to you soon. Thank you, Lydia, and have a great rest of your day.
You're welcome.
All right,
bye,
bye-bye.
guys, ladies. Bye.
Bye.